This is Duelist bringing you Chaos March action. We welcome you to a very special Chaos March today. We are a bit behind on schedule, but not behind in awesomeness if you have not already seen the TSA Mirage map, which was replacing the buggy for some reason. TSA Forsaken, you need to do yourself a favor and go watch it. It is crazy. Definitely a candidate for Video of the Week. And yes, Black Lanners. It's Wolverine's Rebirth. What more do you expect? Let's see how well the forces against them can take down these assets, because the red team's down 1-0 in an incredible battle. This is for the planet Pleione. This is the second battle of turn 6. I'm not surprised they're taking the Lanners. I am surprised that they're taking them on this map. I mean, it's wide open, but problem with the Lanner is, while it's fast and while it can be hard to hit it, and while you can take 6 of them and say shoot the Black Lanner and you've got 6 to choose from, is that you're leaving a lot of firepower off the ground, and you're also don't have a lot of armor. This could work. Don't get me wrong, this probably even will work, but I don't think it's going to be as of a slam dunk as it is whenever they do this on Northwind. I do think they're going to catch the other team completely off guard, though, because the other team list was built for a long range, back at each other for 30 minutes situation. So let's take a look here. Rifleman D, 360 torso twist, good. Same thing with that, but it's going to be hard to hit with the PPC. Bushwhacker will be good against those Lanners. Silver, That Hephaestus might be alright. The opponent will be fine. Yeah, you know what? Looking at this list, they're going to have to coordinate fire, but they can take it on. Each of these mechs could take on a single Lanner themselves, and the only one that can't turn fast enough really to do anything is Phylexes, but he has 2 area effect weapons and the 2 heavy large lasers. If they can set up a distance, they'll probably be fine. Obviously, if they fight at close range, the Lanners are going to rip them apart. So, we're going to see what happens. I still think the Wolverines have the advantage over the defenders right now. Blue team is the Pleione defenders. The red team is the largely Wolverines Rebirth attackers, acting as the Saiph team. Silvercraft's one advantage that he has is that Silver's got maximum power radar, which on a huge map like this, it's fine. But that's the one thing that the Lanners, while they have the speed, if they get caught at a very wide open area, like for example, those LRMs could track and do a lot of damage in a hurry. That's one thing that they have, is that they have some pretty good distance. A lot of these Lanners have a couple of these have LRM racks on them, I think, and some decent range weapons, but they are generally more medium range weapons, and so Mad Cat and the Rifleman can give them a bit of an advantage here for the blue team if they get at distance. The red team will have to completely focus fire. That's the one thing they're going to have to do, because if the blue team lands their shots, they will rip through this armor very quickly. You never want to intentionally leg somebody in a game, but this is one of those cases where if you can get quick shots off and get a mech limping, that removes a lot of the Black Lanner's advantage in terms of speed. We got a hold here? Maybe. Or they're waiting. Alright, silver. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we look good. I think there could be a hold. If it is 6-5-0, 6 minutes into the match, roughly. Maybe somebody's taking a telephone call. Or Marius is just taking a look, waiting for them so that they don't go out into the open at center. I don't know until somebody drops. Yes, a hold. Let's just call it 6 minutes and be done with it, I think. Alright, well, Duelist edit 1. I'll probably edit this part out. If not, take a look at their positioning. The Lanners are at center. Where's Silver at? This is one of the biggest maps in all Living Legends. He is at the C4 base. C4 base? F4 base. F4 base. So he's way down here. On the extreme southern edge of the map. So he's down here at the southern edge. Aha! So they're down here. The defenders are down south. Uh-oh, that's going to be an issue. We try to have people go back on foot when we have a hold or take a harasser. But where they're coming from G7, it's dang likely that they'll be discovered by the enemy, giving away that they came from G7. It'll be interesting. You can't move your mech during a hold. You can look around, though. It's completely, perfectly legal. So the attackers are somewhere around the edge of center. And then the defenders are due straight south. And our despawn pilot, Burner, is going to have to come from G7, which means he's probably going to be discovered by Silver. Unintentionally, obviously, but... I very well could be getting my directions wrong on this map. This is a very symmetrical map, very large map. So he's coming up from G7, I think. Along the oil pipeline on the other side of E5. And Silver may or may not have seen him. Oh, he crashes! Deploy those 30th century airbags. I was by his main base. Maybe to avoid detection? Wrong turn, maybe? So we went from G7 to his main base. Huh. They're not that far out from one of the main bases. Anyway, we'll resume 6 minutes into the fight. 30-minute time limit.
Channel switch.
Hog in 30 seconds.
Channel switched.
Log in 30 seconds.
Channel switched.
They only got back. That's always good. Welcome back. We resumed at 6:44. 6 minutes into the match. So, match will end at 6:20 or sooner. It's odd we had a crash with Burner, the host of the server. Anyway, we're on Enkeladaus, 55 tons pilot. So it's not surprising at all to see them utilizing the landers. Particularly that they're the attacking forces with the Saiphs. It's one of their favorite mechs to use. I think it's going to be interesting because the team they're facing has pretty decent assets to take on that stuff. Not going to be easy because being able to call out the lantern that you want to shoot, it'll be difficult. Concentrating firepower is possible, but you'll have to yell out the player name rather than the actual mech. On top of that, they might be better off if they get into a close range combat role that to have each of the mechs fire. Just say you take so and so, take this pilot, you take that pilot, you take that pilot, and take the best. They have a couple of mechs that can turn pretty good, or have decent armor, or have 360-degree torso twist. So they're better equipped than in other cases. It is a surprise to see the lanterns out here. Usually you'd see something else with them, but the Wolverines and their mercenaries have more than enough experience to pull this off. So it'll be interesting. I do have close range firepower here. Tot and Felixes have got great weapons for battling fast things. Felixes won't be able to churn fast enough, unfortunately. Rask will be in pretty good shape if he doesn't have to take on too many of them. Shooter's in pretty good situation because he's got 4 rotary autocannons, which have a good spread and can do a lot of damage. Good range as well. In fact, that's the main thing that they can do right now is themselves set up for range. Skynet and Felixes and Shooter are all set up for super long range, but in order for that to happen, they have to get visual or preferably a radar signature on the enemy. And as you can see, their opponents are nowhere in the immediate area. This is a huge map. We could spend half an hour just looking for each other. Unfortunately for Silver, who's their scout, has maximum radar with maximum stealth. He is going to have a hard time outrunning one of those landers by the time they enforce mask. So if he gets too close or rams right into him, he's going to be dead, most likely. He doesn't have terribly great weapons for taking anything on. And the landers are most likely running radar cold unless they have the stealth package themselves. Enkeladaus, long-range map. Traditionally, you bring a flying thing so that you can hit one end of the map in 60 seconds rather than 4 minutes. You can play at close range, but it's very dangerous because the area that you would do that at center or forcing yourself into one of the bases locks you down. There aren't a lot of places to escape from there. You can play weapons hot here. A lot of energy boats, for example, or missile systems. Especially if you get near the body of water at center and you can utilize any of the water at center, the lake will just ridiculous cooling efficiency. I'm very surprised to see neither team take a flying thing here. I don't know if that was in discussions for either team, but they have Serpentis here, and well, I'm sure they could figure out somebody, maybe in a VTOL for the red team. And do we have another hold? Entirely possible. See, shooter's still moving, so I guess not. Maybe Marius is just telling them we've gone around the whole map. Let's just sit for a minute, let them come to us. Everybody take a different direction to look. Time will become a factor in about 10 minutes from now. As I said, we're going to go to the 20 marker. So we're a few minutes away from halfway through. So plenty of time, but we don't find each other. That could play in for either team because the landers have enough speed to get in and close distance quickly and force a quick fight. The opponent has the ability, though, to set up at ridiculously long range and has much better armor. So if it's the two teams firing at long range, shooting each other, the advantage would have to go to the defenders at that point. Drop commander wise, you're dealing with Marius, one of the best in the business, against Papscan and Silvercraft, who are becoming better and better every week. But you would have to think that is an advantage, particularly that Marius has, if I may say so, his right-hand man and Serpentis. Those two are like clockwork. They work extremely well together. They've also got Bob and Burner, the two extreme veterans of the unit. They have their 4 core members here this evening. Gnome's not there. A couple other guys aren't there, but they've got the core of their team there. Skill-wise, they're facing an impressive team. Kot and Phylexes and Skynet form a good skill level, and backing them up with very capable hands, Silvercraft, Rask, and Shooter. Shooters have been around a long time, a veteran of the game, and we have contact. Silver's by himself. Get that engine running. That's all I got to tell you. He'll have the radar warning, but he may or may not get away. I just hope for his sake he's hauling maximum speed, because one of these landers is the fastest mech in the game at this weight class. These things can haul butt at 160, and on a cold map like this, they can maintain that speed for almost the entire map, as Marius is going to get some shots off. They're going to try and shoot out Silvercraft's engine. Silver's got a pretty good lead here. You can see Marius can't fire and mask at the same time. Mask is their turbo speed. It causes heat to do it. Silver is losing this battle. He's trying to get away. His teammates are pretty far away. He does exchange some fire. Silver's one of the best at scouting and being able to dodge in and out of a fight, but that Hephaestus is limited, and if he can't keep his full speed, which he can't, Silver is going to have to turn back and fight soon. He's got 3 of the lanners in range now, and he's taking enough damage. 2 or 3 more good shots, he's down. He'll at least be able to report, hey guys, it's lanners. Like, a bunch of lanners. Here's the weapon systems, here's where they're at. Silver's trying to get away. Again, I've forewarned this earlier, Silver can only top out around 130, 150. The lanners can do that without masking, and Silver pays the price, and now they can sit back. They can sit back, and they've automatically won the match because they have more carrying assets. They don't know that right now. Well, actually, they do. So if this match now goes the full length, they've automatically won because they have more fighting things left on the field at the end. If you're going to lose something, you don't want to lose Silver because he's a darn good pilot, but a Hephaestus, sure. You lose your radar advantage, you lose firepower, you lose your scout, but now you know, hey, you're facing all black lanners, okay? And they're here, okay? And you can start making guesses about where they might head, and you go, alright, well, we're long range here. We're armor, so we want to hole up at a place where it would be hard, where we can bottleneck the lanners, or where we can make the lanners have to climb a hill to get up to us. And, well, I mentioned they don't have a range advantage because some of these lanners do have LRM launchers, but that Mad Cat LRM 30, if that thing can get off a couple of salvos or enough salvos, they're good. Marius realizing the danger of coming through center, thus why they're going to go through under the iceberg through the water. They have ridiculous cooling efficiency now. They'll be able to move fast. Where are their opponents, is the question. They will continue to hunt them down. Still anybody's match. But Lanners were always going to be a challenge, and it would be better to have the Hephaestus than not to have it. Can't blame Silver. He's the best in the business at scouting. He did everything he could with that asset, but facing a Lanner is like facing a light, but with upgraded firepower. Time will begin an issue now. We're halfway through. "13 minutes left. And it could take long for the teams to find each other. They must still actively engage. There is a fine line that I, as the supervisor, sit back and say, had the red team, which they wouldn't do because they want to destroy the enemy. But had they powered down in the corner of the map and waited for time to run out, well, that is one of the rules that is enforceable. They found Shooter, so we don't have to worry about any of that, but it's not automatic. And Shooter's dead. So they have the advantage now. It's just too much firepower. Alright, Wolfpack mentality, now the focus on Skynet. Yeah, they've got this match wrapped up. We'll have to see how the attackers respond here. See if they can take down a couple of the Lanners so that they have to pay to replace those Lanners later. When you see Mad Cat, you shoot it with everything you have. We're tied up 1-1. We'll see you after this interesting match finishes up on the next map in the Chaos March, which, let's see here. Next map is going to be, TSA Forest Valley. Very interesting map. Another map you can roll a bunch of Lanners out, but I think the blue team defenders will be ready for that. Rask and Cod have got enough firepower if they team up to take out maybe one of the mechs. But at this point, it's just playing for pride. They'll do what they can. Thank you for watching the Chaos March Network. I am Duelist, your referee and your announcer this evening. I will probably be joining next fight, so we'll see an in-cockpit view. Again, we are going to be tied up 1-1 as we go into Map 3 on TSA Forest Valley for the control of planet Pleione. That'll do it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody.